What's up everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we have something very exciting to discuss. We are about to reach what is possibly the moment we have all been waiting for. In this video I will cover something that has led me to believe that GME will once again explode in the very near future. There's some super important stuff that I want to talk about that will help you understand just how extreme the potential for GME actually is. And I will also at the end of this video show you my new price target for GME, and I can guarantee that you won't be disappointed. To begin with, if you think that the GME hype is dying, I'm here to tell you that you couldn't be more wrong. One thing that a lot of people use as an argument against GME is that weed stocks took over on Wall Street bets. Here's a post showing the most mentioned tickers on the 10th of February. But it's obvious that GME would be dethroned on Wall Street bets due to all of the bots that are consistently downvoting anything that has to do with GME. Also, any posts that mention GME are immediately removed. Despite this, GME somehow managed to regain the lead on February the 12th. This just shows how strong the hype still is even after Wall Street bets got completely ruined. Then the post showing these statistics was of course quickly removed because it was good news for GME. Sure, it would be nice for GME holders to discuss GME in Wall Street bets, and it's unfortunate that Wall Street bets has become so corrupt. But as always in GME, we see these negative news turn into something very positive instead. Instead of getting scared that GME would die out, we realized how desperate hedge funds still are. Here's a post showing someone being offered money just to post negativity in an attempt to kill GME hype. So we can see that there is still huge resistance against GME, and this is an obvious indication that the GME short squeeze is far from over. Because why would someone work so hard just to make random people sell if they weren't at a big risk of losing a lot of money due to their short positions? And their risk of losing a lot of money is our chance of making a lot of money. At the same time, when GME was banned in Wall Street bets, the GME holders, instead of panicking, simply moved to another subreddit, r/GME. r/GME has grown from under 1,000 members to over 80,000 members in less than a month, and here the hype is stronger than ever. And this is because the people that are still holding GME are the true diamond hands and are strongly determined in holding no matter what until the short squeeze comes. In the big crash, the paper hands sold and the GME has now stabilized around $50 and created a strong foundation from which the rocket ship can take off. The only thing needed now is a catalyst. The short interest is still very high, and as we discussed in the last video, it could be even higher than what is currently shown in the statistics due to a loophole that hedge funds could possibly have used. And that means that the rocket fuel is there, we just need to press the price up again to trigger the enormous domino effect. But as soon as the price starts to rise, the momentum is quickly killed, possibly by manipulation from hedge funds or just by paper hands selling off. But my guess is that there are a lot of people standing on the sidelines waiting to get in as soon as they see GME starting to take off again. The people that sold at the peak or anywhere above $200 now have a lot of money to buy back their shares for a much cheaper price. These people joined the short squeeze once, so why wouldn't they join again when the hype is once again building up? At the same time, there are also those who missed out on the great price increase in GME last time and who are looking for the next big thing. When they see GME starting to take off, they will be quick not to miss out on an explosion again. There are also people with big losses who will be tempted to buy more to make their money back. And on top of all of this, there are hedge funds, celebrities and big investors also eager to join the next surge in GME. My point is that there is still huge demand for the stock, but no one wants to buy GME now that it's standing so still, and when there is still risk for more short ladder attacks and further crashing. But as soon as GME has one bigger increase without going back down immediately, to me that is the sign of another bull run where people will FOMO in and more buyers will come the more the price rises. Similar to last time when we hit $500, except this time everyone is aware of the different ways hedge funds can fight back and people won't get shaken out as easily. But to trigger this domino effect, the FOMO and the huge hype, something needs to happen. Something special that will give GME enormous attention once again. And this is exactly what we will see on the 18th of February. It's the catalyst we have all been waiting for. I'm talking about the congressional hearings of the recent activity in GME. Congresswoman Maxine Waters announced a virtual hearing that will take place on the 18th of February. In this hearing, there will be an examination of how the GME stock has been impacted with a focus on short selling, online trading platforms and their systemic impact on capital markets and retail investors. Therefore, the CEOs of Robinhood, Citadel, Melvin Capital, and Reddit have all been called to this hearing. Another front figure that will also be a witness at this hearing is Keith Gill, more commonly known as Deep F Value on Reddit or Roaring Kitty on YouTube. And I'm going to talk about the huge importance of Keith being called to the hearing in a minute. But first, I would like to try and conclude and make it clear what will happen in the hearing. Of course, we don't know exactly what questions will be asked, but if we look at the announcements, I think it becomes pretty clear that this hearing is extremely good news for the GME short squeeze. It was announced that the focus will lie on the short selling by hedge funds, the online trading platforms, and their systemic impact on the market. From this announcement alone, it's hard to draw any conclusions of what we should expect. But in another statement, Maxine Waters said this: hedge funds have a long history of predatory conduct, and that conduct is entirely indefensible. Another senator, Sherrod Brown, made a statement saying this: people on Wall Street only care about the rules when they're the ones getting hurt. American workers have known for years that the Wall Street system is broken. They've been paying the price. From this, we can understand that their view of the hedge fund's activity in GME is very negative. Of course, it's not just their view that matters in this hearing, but still, I think we can expect that the hedge funds as well as Robinhood will be put under a lot of pressure. Because as we've discussed in previous videos, it seems like a lot of shady stuff is going on. There have been countless claims saying that the hedge funds are manipulating the market. For example, there are the trading restrictions on Robinhood, the false information in mainstream media, and the short ladder attacks. And a lot of people, including myself, believe many of these claims to be true, because we see no other explanation of how GME could crash while the short interest decreased and while the hype was still very strong. But almost all of these claims are based on speculation and remain unproven. But now, with the hearing, this huge cloud of smoke in which the hedge funds have been able to hide their operations might start to clear, and there is a good chance, I believe, that a lot of the shady activity could be revealed. And these news themselves could have a significant, very positive impact on the GME share price, and this could help with building up the momentum that we need for a short squeeze. But if these investigations of the hedge funds actually prove some of our speculation to be true, that would be extremely good for GME. If, for example, it is true that the hedge funds haven't actually covered their short positions, that would once again make GME the #1 news in the world, and at the same time, this would reveal that our chances of a short squeeze are much higher than what everyone thought. Another speculative claim is that hedge funds have been creating naked short positions. If this shows out to be true, it would again create huge publicity for GME and bring a ton of new investors ready to fight back against Wall Street. Now, I'm not saying that this is what will happen. We don't know how thorough the hearing will be, and we don't know if any of the speculation is actually true, even if that's what we suspect. But either way, the hearing will bring huge attention to GME, and hopefully the hedge funds and Robinhood are at least put under some pressure. But something perhaps even more important than all of that is that the biggest icon and hero of the short squeeze will attend the hearing. I'm talking about the 34-year-old Keith Gill, who predicted the squeeze, became a multi-millionaire, and helped motivate retailers in the short squeeze. This is the guy who spent years researching GME and who went all in when GME was at $5. While no one else cared about GME, Keith Gill started posting updates on his huge investment on Reddit. This is the legend who held through all of the chaos, took some profits close to the peak, and who is still holding strong at $50. As opposed to all of the CEOs, Keith Gill will be able to explain in plain English why he chose to invest in GME in front of the whole world. We don't know what will be asked, but I think it's likely that he will have to explain why he chose to buy GME. That would mean that Keith will explain all of the great advantages with investing in GME in a way that people understand. This would bring so much publicity to GME and would help with bringing new investors. At the same time, the people that have been in GME through all of the chaos will see their hero present the many reasons why GME is a good investment, and hopefully this is done in an encouraging and inspiring way which would create even more demand. As we all know by now, this battle is not just about money, but also about being able to fight back once and for all. This hearing is not just about Keith Gill talking positively about GME, it's about Deep F Value leading a revolution. This is a great opportunity for GME to finally explode, but even if this catalyst wouldn't be enough to trigger another wave of hype, that would still be fine. Like most people are aware of by now, we are the ones that have time on our side. Holding the stock is free, but having a short position is super expensive, and the shorts have to be covered at some point if the holders just keep holding. And now, before I reveal my price target, I would just like to ask you for one thing, and that is if you could please click that like button down below. It takes a lot of time to make these videos, and if you would click like on this video, I would greatly appreciate that. And with that said, sorry for letting you wait, my price target is for GME to hit $200 at some point before next Friday. And I'm not saying that the probability is super high, but I think it's absolutely possible. And if we do hit $200, I believe that we are not at all far away from even hitting a new all-time high, so that's the second target. It all depends on how strong of a momentum that is built up. And that's all for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you would like to support the channel, you can leave a like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, and it also helps more people see this information. And if you have any questions at all about GME, feel free to comment and I'll try to give you an answer as soon as possible. I would also like to remind you that this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. I am only sharing some information about GME and some of my own speculative ideas. You should make your own analysis on the stock and don't invest what you cannot afford to lose. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.